My name, but I am happy you came by. No lessons learned, of course you're gonna leave as soon as you came across who I am not. This party sucks, I'm out of luck, and no one seems to get me here. They talk about some old stuff that I don't even wanna hear. The crazy part is that I didn't feel this way before I got here. I wanna be somebody, yeah, yeah. Hanging with somebody, yeah, yeah. Can I be somebody, dancing with somebody? I wanna be somebody, yeah. Goodbye. The truth is I didn't even find your company that good. My lessons learned. Maybe I don't have to be around these people anymore. This party sucks, I'm out of luck. I don't know why I'm being here. They talk about some silly stuff. They even don't know if it's real. The crazy part is that I didn't feel this way before I got here. I wanna be somebody, yeah, yeah. Hanging with somebody, yeah, yeah. Can I be somebody, dancing with somebody? I wanna be somebody, yeah. Maybe if I stay, maybe if I hold on a little longer, maybe if I stay, maybe I will find what I am looking for. I wanna be somebody, yeah, yeah. Hanging with somebody, yeah, yeah. Can I be somebody, dancing with somebody? I wanna be somebody,
Hello, planners. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me in today's live where I'm going to set up my new week for November the 6th to the 12th and talk about how I set up habits and routines to create some nice, well balanced life throughout the week. Now, if you haven't said hello yet in the chat, make sure you do, and do let me know where you are tuning in from and what time it is where you are. Or, of course, if you are watching on replay, do the same. Say hello. I don't bite. We are a nice, warm, welcoming community here. So make sure you do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start soon because I've got quite a few things I would love to discuss with you this live stream, and then so want to make sure that we have enough time because I know your time is very precious. So if you are ready, I'm ready. In today's video, I'm going to set up my new week for November the 6th to the 12th in my well-balanced planner spread so that way I can get some well-balanced routines and habits that don't neglect certain areas, and then of course turn around in a couple of weeks time and go, why didn't I look after that area of my life? So without further ado, let's just get started. So I have my desk all ready. I've got my planners here as well as my some sticker pads, as well as of course the planner notebook that I'm going to be setting up my new week in. So let me just reduce myself over here and make sure that I've got everything ready. So I'm going to put some of these aside, and then that way I've got a little bit of room. Do let me know if everything is looking good, the audio, the video. That way I am not talking away and then later find out that you cannot hear me. So this is the planner notebook that I am using for the month of November. This cover here is from Muji. So I bought it here in Australia, but I do know they do have stores everywhere. I did try to see if it was online, but this particular A5 slim notebook is not online. So hopefully, and I also did look on Amazon just in case, but if you do have a Muji store near you, it's a great way to go and visit and see if it's something that you would like for your own A5 notebooks. So what I have in here is my planner bundle notebook printable. So it has enough printable download for the month, so you don't have to worry about printing anything else. It's got well-being planner, it's got the weekly spread. The other thing as well that I do have in here is my printed budget by paycheck notebook that I have purchased from the Budget Mom. So I do have a video in the description below showing how you can print the budget by paycheck workbook digital version into an A5 notebook size. So this is great if you just want to be able to pop it in your bag, you don't want to be carrying anything too heavy. The other thing in this little slim notebook protector is I've just printed some grid paper and I added in a craft cover page. So then these are for my notes for the online course that I am taking. And finally, the other thing at the back here is a workout notebook that I have printed from the Body Boss. So all items I do mention and show in today's video, please do find the details in the description below. So make sure that you have. Hello May, how are you? The time, yes, I believe that your daylight savings is all changed up. Time change here in the US. Phew. And the audio is fine, Marianne. Thank you, May. How are you? I do hope you are well and that you have been good and that November start has been good for you as it has for me, but I'll talk about that more later. So now today what I'm going to do, I might take this out so then the glare of the slim pocket notebook isn't causing any issue. And there we go. So then what I did, I just added a craft paper as a little cover page. I think this is a 160 GSM weighted paper, so it is a little bit thicker. Let me put this aside. And so it's got the cover page. I did do a little butterfly cover page, the calendar, as well as the habit, mood, and sleep tracker. So like I said, I'm going to embellish the well-being planner spread, which is this one here. And I want to let you know the reason why I track the things that I do and the benefit it has given me for my mental well-being. And boy, my mental well-being has had a lot of up and down in the last 8 months, but I have gotten through it, or I'm getting through it. What did they say? I think I found a reel somewhere. I said healing. I'm not healed, I am healing. So I'm so glad that you are sunshiny with beautiful flowers, mate. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. So now, before I get started, I want to, for those of you that are watching here now or on replay, I am Marianne, and through my own planning, habit tracking, well-being, and budgeting, I hope you can get inspiration for your own planning and then use your time to embellish, whether you love planners, stickers, washi tapes, colorful markers. Use that time as a form of self-care, because what you need to do is just take some time for yourself, so to allow you to focus on something that you enjoy. So if there are any anxious thoughts that's floating about in your mind, like I do most of the times, it is something that you are doing. So then when you are ready, you have something that it gives you clarity and you can get back on track doing all the good things that you are great at. All right, so Now, if you do have time and want to stick to the end, I have will show you the previous week's well-being planner from last week and show you what it looks like, and hopefully what that will show you is help you to inspire you that if you are in the same position as I was from last week when it comes to your planner pages, where things didn't get filled in for most of the week, then hopefully you're not too hard on yourself going, oh, I didn't touch my planner at all. Hello, Elle. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. And I do know the time zones are all over the place, but I'm sure we're all settled in the right groove of things. Okay, so let's first start with embellishing. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There we go. I'm going to start to embellish the page and just pick out some Tombow Jewel brush marker colors. Now, for those of you that have been with me for a while, you know I love all the different rainbow colors. So this is more in the pastel coloring. And I might move this little pot plant. And so just pick any colors you want. I'm going to go back to my trusted hand lettering style and just write in NOV, N-O-V, and then 6 to the 12. And so regardless of how you embellish your page, just make sure that it's something that brings you joy. So if you want to do hand lettering and calligraphy, that is a great way to practice your hand lettering style. So I'm hoping that I am doing this all correctly and I'm not making a mistake while I am talking. I'm going to go and grab a black ink. This one here is a little bit fancier. So this is Pentel Energel Alloy Barrel and the refill is 0.7. So it is a little bit thicker than what I normally use. I normally use the 0.5. So if you do have a thicker pen refill, that is a great way to use for outlining your, trying to talk and draw at the same time, outlining your letters and your numbers to help make it pop on the page. Look at that, nice and quick. How long did that take? Didn't take too long at all. I'm going to embellish this section of the spread with some washi tape. So I recently purchased this one, so it's got all these gorgeous little books from Washi Gang here in Australia. So it's an online stationery store, and I could get really crazy looking at all the beautiful stationery that's on there. I have purchased quite a few things recently, but I'm hoping I'm hoping that I should use up all the stuff that I have first, and then that way I don't have rolls and rolls of washi tapes being unused and only being admired. How pretty is that? How easy was that? Simple hand lettering with colorful markers as well as outline, and then you've got whatever washi tape you have on hand, so whatever the favorite one is at the moment. Hello Lauren, how are you? Nice to see you. I do appreciate you being here with me. Thank you so much. Thank you. So there we go. That is the heading. Oh, I really like it already as is. Can we stop here and just have a chat? So let's have a look. All right, so the next thing I want to do is then embellish this side. And this is where pretty much from the thumbnail of this YouTube video, we're planning for balance. So we can easily get distracted by all the busy things we need to do, want to do for the week, but we need to make sure we are not neglecting those things that we may normally think, well, it's not important. But if it involves you, your spirituality, your mental well-being, your physical and your family, social, career, and finance, it's important that we try and at least do something in each area throughout the week. That way, we don't turn around and go, oh my goodness, I've neglected my expense tracking and our budget has gone through the roof, or I'm feeling really, bloated, or I'm not feeling good about myself because I've been sitting on the couch for too long and neglected our physical well-being. So this here is, I created this well-being planner spread because I wanted to make sure that I was tackling things in 7 key areas of focus, which is according to Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life, and in no particular order is your spiritual, your mental, physical, social, career, family, and finance. Now you can customize the headings or in whatever suits you, but for me, for example, I think family, I am going to interchange that with the home. So, cleaning the house or the apartment, and then that way, because a clean, non-cluttered living area helps reduce your anxiety, stress, and overwhelm. So I want to make sure that I am tackling those areas to make sure that my house that I live in, I'm not tripping over toys from the boys, and dirty socks that would you know get the crankiness, tripped up when I'm tired and everything else. So what I've done here, I've just used the Koretake Zig Clean Color Dot Marker. So that makes these gorgeous, cute little dots on the page so you don't have to make dots. So it's got a spongy end on one side, and depending on how heavy you are press, pressing the cushy bits on your paper, then it makes the circles or the dots smaller or larger. Hello, Irene. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Yes, Lauren, long time no see for sure. I hope to be back more. Election day is Tuesday, so campaigning is coming to an end. I do appreciate you being here. Yes, I was thinking actually of you the yesterday, and I'm going, haven't seen you for a while. Now I know election day and campaigning is taking up a lot of your time, and I'll speak to that a little bit later with regards to projects that do take up our time, and maybe we may neglect certain areas, like joining each other on the live. So I'll have a chat to you there. Hi, budgeting mama. All right, so now I do use my Koretake Z Clean Color Dot Marker uh, to color code these 7 areas. So I'm going to get my pen. So the green is I want to meditate in the morning, and I use the Headspace app to guide me with my meditation. So I don't have to worry about trying to figure out what do I need to do while I'm meditating. And then I read or learn any of my online course for a minimum of 15 minutes in the morning, because what I find is you need to sharpen the sword. Now that one is according to Stephen R. Covey's book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So you need to use it, that is our brain, or you will lose it. And I think a lot of research and study have come along where those who are aging, if they use their brains with puzzles and all these mental exercises, it helps reduce the onset of dementia and everything like that. So it's important that whether you're reading just for pleasure or reading a biography, it's good to use our brains. That way we aren't it all the neurons and all that stuff, is still working. For me, orange is career. So for this one, I'm just going to put my top priority of the day. So what I like to do is, if nothing else gets done for the day, because life happens, if I know I have created or have listed 1 to 2 priorities of the day and that gets done, then it's a win, because I'm sure we'd love to be able to do everything we put on our to-do list, but we just know that doesn't happen all the time, does it? For me, the pink one is working out. So like I said, it's important that we are also looking our physical well-being. The yellow for me is social, so that's connect. So whether I'm texting, DMing friends, family, giving them a call, or meeting up with them, it's important how like now we are meeting up on live stream in virtual little, planning rooms, that it's important that we connect with someone else, because we are a social being. Our brain is still, I've read that our brain is still, the caveman like, where we want to be part of a community. And if we don't do that, we don't put ourselves out there with like-minded people like yourself that enjoy planning and stationery, then we can sometimes feel isolated. And it's more important now than before, that we are connecting with each other. And boy, let me tell you, after each live stream that I do here on my Monday morning, your Sunday afternoon or evening, it brings me joy. And I love seeing you all here and connecting with me and taking a moment of your precious time to hang out with me. So I really, really appreciate that. Now, the purple one, like I said, from the Wheel of Life's methodology, that would be like your family. So make sure that you are connecting with your family. So I normally would link that to the connection. So that one I'm going to clean. So even for like 10 minutes, put the timer on. Now, I do only live in a small apartment, so it's not a big place to clean. So 10 minutes, I can get a lot done, whether I'm picking up something along the way to the bathroom, or I'm doing the mirrors, the sink, or the toilets, or the microwave. Try and do something for a minimum of 10 minutes. We are a planning tribe for sure, May. And you know what happens when I see the names here in the chat, or those of you that do watch me on replay, and you say replay or you make a comment, it does bring me joy, because from across the pond, from across the world, that you and I have connected. Isn't that fantastic? And then the final one, this lovely ocean color here, I use that to color code for my finance. So track expenses. Now, with tracking our expenses, I have been doing that for a couple of months, because for those of you that may not know, I started to heal mentally by asking my husband to do our homeschooling here of my younger son, while I try and heal through content creation and doing it full time. But he has gone back to work, so we are getting some regular income coming back in. So I really didn't want to look at the expenses, because we were dipping into savings that have been earmarked for something else. But hopefully I get back on track with our expenses and budgeting, and show you some of our simple budgeting routines on this channel. So if that's something you're interested in and you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and of course hit that bell to get notified of when I do upload new videos. All right, so let's have a look. So now, the reason why I want to make sure that I am trying to at least do something each day. Now, I know these aren't going to get done or every day of the week. So let's say I may not do meditation 7 days out of the week. I may not read every day of the week. I may not do each and every one of these each and every day. But if I attempt to make sure that I at least do all of these 3 to 4 times a week, and it has a good balance, then I'm not neglecting certain areas, and I am nurturing whatever it is: spiritual, mental, physical, family, connection, career, and finance. So that is why I like the 7 key areas of focus. So some plan, I think it's the Maxi Life, has 8 key areas of focus. There is also the Life of 10. So more, whatever headings or areas that you want to focus on, if you want to split some of the areas into 2, whatever suits your need. Or if 7 is a little bit too much for you, it's like, I can't even think about what to have for lunch, maybe reduce it to 4 or 5. So it doesn't have to be all 7. If there's certain things that you know what, I do that on a Saturday. I don't need to do that on a daily basis. I'll do all my cleaning on a Saturday in the morning. Then you may not have the family or the home. So see how we're customize it to your needs. So now, let me know if any of you in the chat or in the comment section have any of these 7 areas that you focus on a regular basis, that you make sure that you don't neglect, that it's always on your daily to-do list or in your weekly to-do list. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section, so then that way I get to know whether it's something that you are also creating a better habit around. Now, so that's the 7 areas of focus. And what I've found having this is having a reminder, because sometimes you go, oh, I don't want to meditate, or I don't want to go and, if you're a spiritual person, and then, read the Bible or do your morning journaling or just memory keeping. I don't want to, I forget to do them. This is a great way to remind you that, hey, maybe you haven't been working out this week. If you can, maybe just go out for a walk for 10 minutes. So having it visible, having it obvious, making it simple. Don't go and say, I want to meditate for a full hour when you know you can't even fit in 2 minutes. If it's a simple 1 minute deep breathing, then you are doing a great job. Okay, now the other thing that I also have in this well-being planner spread is my sleep. So my sleep is everywhere. I don't know if it's something that the habit has just been built for so long, where I have little sleep overnight, 4 to 5 hours, but I do nap in the middle of the day and try and catch 10 to 15 minutes worth of nap, especially now after our homeschooling. So what I've just done here is I've just done a mark on the 6 hour line. So minimum, I want to try and get 6 hours of sleep overnight. I'm getting a little bit thirsty. So we have Irene saying, I'm trying to track and keep up with my health, food intake and exercise. All right, Irene, I think you and I, let's go and be accountable and make sure that every time you and I show up here, that in our mind, I won't put you, and say, what have you been doing this week? I won't put you on the spot, but let's make sure that I need to at least, do a walk around if you live in a house, do a little walk around. If you have a backyard, or for me, around the block, to try and get that heart rate up, to get some exercise, to get the sunlight, vitamin D. So if you're like me too, yes, workout has been I need to do more often than I have been. So I've just put here the 6 hour mark. Now this one here is what I put here, a wheel of life pie chart. So there are 7 segments in this wheel that corresponds with the 7 key areas of focus. And each pie, I have segmented it into 7 sections. So I fill this in based on how I did the week before. So October 30th to November 5th. And so what I do based on the week before, let's say reading, if I only read 2 out of the 7, I'm only going to color in 2 sections of these. If I meditated 5 days out of the 7, and this pie chart, I will highlight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. So then what happens visually from a bird's eye point of view, I can clearly see which sections or which areas I may have neglected the week before, or have neglected for the last couple of weeks, and make sure I prioritize that into the new week. Bear with me. Thank you. A little frog in my throat there. Then, like if, for example, tracking expenses, if that little pie chart, there's none, or there's only one little segment that I need to make sure I get back on track of looking at where our money went. That way I'm not wondering where, what did us we spend our money on? How come the grocery budget is now gone and it's only, we've still got 5 days to go until the next amount of money is coming in. So I'll fill that in a little bit later on to see how I am going. So the next bit here is some other wellness I would like to track. So like Irene from the Budgeting Mama, I also want to make sure that I am looking after other wellness things in my life, like making sure I'm eating a piece of fruit, eating fruit. So, having that, what is it? Is it two fruits, five vegetables, two fruits, two servings of fruits, five servings of vegetables? We had this thing at for the school kids, 5 and 2, so 5 servings of vegetables and 2 pieces of fruit. So if I'm at least eating 1 piece of fruit, that is a start to doing it from no eating fruit at all. The other thing I want to make sure is not to eat sugar or junk food. I have prone to open up the cupboard and eat, the Doritos. You know what my little treat for myself at the moment is? Craisins. So it's a cross between cranberries and raisins, and that thing is full of sugar, and I know it because it gives me the worst headaches after, and I don't know why I love it too much. So I need to make sure that I am cutting down on my sugar intake. And of course, 6 to 8 glasses of water. And what do they say? If you find yourself thirsty, you're already close to dehydrate, because you should be drinking regularly. Okay, the other thing is the no spend. So, of course, you know wellness spending also can affect your wellness, because then if you're worrying about money and if you're worrying about your finance and it's causing you stress, then that's not being good for your wellness overall. Elle says, I have a cranberry video coming up and ocean spray craisins. Is it non-sugar or like not a lot of sugar? Let me know. I can't wait to see that video, Elle, because as much as I love it, I know it's so bad because it just gives me like the sugar hit. Ooh, and then the down is just the migraine. And then now this is something that I am trying out for the first time this week, is taking multi vitamins. Now, my nutrition wise, like I eat well, I think, like a lot of the Filipino food that my husband cooks. Now here's a funny thing is, my husband is white Australian, and I've taught him, or I've shown him how to cook the different Filipino foods, and a lot of the Filipino food have a lot of vegetables in it, so vegetable intake's good for me. And but what it's not good is I put a lot of salt in my food, and and fish sauce, and so that's another thing I gotta watch, because I think yeah, my blood pressure is getting a little bit too high. So um I need to make sure I look after myself now when I can and when I'm able to change my habits, rather than later and then my blood pressure's too high and I have to take medication to keep it on track. Or I'm not, and there is a history of high blood pressure in my on my mum's side with the women, so I need to make sure I am looking after that. Now the other thing is making sure at least minimum get 5,000 steps. And then let me show you this one, clear my desk. Now you go, Marianne, how does clearing your desk affect your wellness? Well, because the desk for me, so whatever it is that you are working at regularly in your home, whether it's you're someone who loves to cook, and you're in charge of the meals in your household, clearing your space. So then when you get up in the morning and you walk into that space, you're not irritated if it's a mess. So cleaning up after yourself and allows to make sure, once again, your space is not cluttered, and then that way it doesn't cause you stress and doesn't get you cranky. So there we go. So those are my other wellness things that I like to make sure I keep track of: eating fruit, no sugar or junk, 6 to 8 glasses of water, no spending, taking my multivitamins, 5,000 plus steps, and clearing my desk. Now, do you have wellness habits that you track or want to track? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section. So share it with us, because then there might be some other things that I'm going, oh, I didn't think about that. That is a great way to make sure I am tracking or I'm incorporating in my weekly habits. So let me know. Do you have other wellness habits or routines that you incorporate in your weekly planning? So, all right, now Elle says they changed the recipe a little, but it's now just cranberries and sugar, at least nothing else added. Yes, that sugar. Oh, it's so nice, but my migraine, and I'm prone to have really bad migraines too. May says, cutting down on salt and caffeine. Those are my challenges. You know what? I think I need to cut down on caffeine as well. You know, I make a lot of coffee. I only drink half of it because it goes cold by the time I remember to sip it. But I'm trying to not drink coffee until after 9:30. But my habit has been so inbuilt in me now that you know, I that's the first thing I reach for and make myself coffee. So I'm going to try also to see if I can try and cut down on caffeine, and at least not to have it any later than 3 o'clock, because like I told you, my sleeping habit is bad, so that's really important. All right, so now let me just show you the full well-being planner spread. That area is all done. Now, what I can do is then I've got this is the Happy Planner tiny icons sticker pad, and I've just flagged some of the things that I want to add in there. So I can have payday. What else? If I wanted to focus on tracking our expenses, and then there's some fun stuff to embellish. You know, I tried, I think it's boba tea. It was a brown sugar boba tea that I tried the other day. Ooh, boy, is that thing full of sugar. Maybe I shouldn't put that then if I'm trying to go and cut. I changed my mind. I'm not going to put that one. What else? Maybe not go and of course the coffee. Oh, but the coffee is good. So let's have a look. What do we have? Okay, maybe this one. This one I'm gonna, because then it has the book theme. So isn't that cute? So I've got pencils and pens. Where can I put that and embellish? Oh, that's a bit probably too big. Let's put that there. And what else do I have in this icons sticker pad? So I do have the a link to this in my Amazon storefront, so just check the description below. And I think I'll reserve some of these other stickers that I found for my weekly spread. Okay, what I'm going to do is, as you can see, there's a lot of stickers that have been used. These are sort of like little lines or little quotes where it's like do over or nope or not today. So I might have to go and I'll show you. So this I can't fill in, because when I show you a little bit later, when I show you the spread from the previous week, I didn't touch my Wheel of Life tracker at all, and I can't find the end of this washi tape. So if there is any parts of your your planner that you didn't get to fill in, you know what you do? Just grab yourself a washi tape, and then if you have any stickers that actually highlight what's happened, so it's a do-over, because I'll show you, I didn't get to do a lot of these things from the previous week. So instead of leaving that blank, if you've got a nice little washi and little sticker, just pop that in there, and then look. So what does that mean? That means I just got to make sure I do these at least, 3 to 4 times a day, each of these 7 key areas of focus. So that one, the Happy Planner, Create 365, Tiny, Petites. And yeah, so it's got lots of different cute stickers in there. So I really like them. Some of them are all these gorgeous little emojis, wellness, weather. So lots of different ones in here that you can add onto your planner pages. Okay, so now we move on to the morning journal section of my wellbeing planner spread. Now, what I have been doing for a while now, and I actually got this from Mel Robbins' 5 minute journal, I think, where you acknowledge your emotions in the morning, and through the Headspace app as well. It's also one of the things that a lot of the personal development gurus tell you with regards to acknowledging your emotions and feelings in the morning. That way, you get to know what, moving into the day, you get to know how to manage your or respond to those emotions. So emotions, they say, shouldn't be seen as neither good nor bad. Just look at it as a messaging system from your mind, from your body, that you're feeling that way. Why are you feeling that way? Whether you're happy, you're sad, you're excited, you're anxious, you're scared, look at it as a message. It's like an SMS to yourself going, hey, you're feeling sad. Why are you feeling sad? With all the stuff going on in the world, you might have had sad news. Why are you feeling happy? You got a nice letter from, one of your son's teachers saying how well he's doing in class. You're feeling anxious because you have a presentation or you have a project that's, the deadline's up and coming, and you feel like you haven't, made any progress. So just accept it, acknowledge it as it is, and then once you have and you know the reason why, then what you need to do is then go and write down what you need to do to make yourself feel better. So I'm just going to write on here. So here there's little very, very light square, or yeah, squares, gray squares, that will help you align if you want to add your stickers on there. But I'm just going to use my Tombow Jewel brush pen and making some squiggle markings on here, keeping within the what do you call this, the square area, so then they're nicely lined up. And I just need one more, maybe this one. Okay, see, so if you don't have stickers, grab your markers, whatever color it is, and then just write down. Oh, am I going to do this right? What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to, oh yes, just black markings there, and then just thicken up one side of your number, so then that way it's sort of like that bold 6, 7, 8. I want to make sure that I write this down correctly, because it's going to be too hard to try and correct. Although I do have a sticker paper that I can just add to cover it up. Let me just make sure. Let me finish this, or else I am going to make a boo-boo, and I don't want to do that, because we are doing well. Look at that, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we go. So that's just your the dates on the side here. So like I said, I morning journal. So I write, there's only 2 lines on this spread. I write down, how I feel, why I feel that way, and what is it that I can do to make myself feel better. So of course, if you're already happy, what else can you do to make yourself feel better? Or if you're feeling sad, what can you do? Maybe take some time off at the end of the evening, just reading and for half an hour, or taking a bath, or doing your nails, or doing your pedicure, or going out for a walk. What is it that will make your day feel better from where you're at the beginning of the day. And this is a great way, like I said, to respond to your emotion rather than react. So if you're like me, oh, I get cranky I get from 0 to 100, and then, because it's like I didn't set my beginning of my day to make sure that, hey, you're feeling a little bit anxious today, take it easy on yourself and make sure not to put too much on your plate. So let me know in the chat who here journals in the morning, whether you're writing down your emotions or you're just writing down what's in your head and just getting it down on paper. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section who here journals by typing in me. If you journal, put me, or if not, not yet, and then it's something maybe that you can incorporate in your day. So you might go, you know what, I don't have time in the morning. Maybe put your alarm on 5 minutes before that you normally get up, just so you have that time for yourself before you look at your phone and look at the news or look what everybody else is doing that make you go FOMO, or be resentful that the things are happening to someone else and why not me. Have your morning journal, have your me time. So let me know in the chat or in the comment section if you journal. All right. So Elle says, me, but in a different way. A colored journal or draw. Oh, that's so beautiful. Actually, I bought myself the Hobonichi A5 size, and it's got a huge space for a daily space. And I'm there going, how am I going to fill this up? And I've been inspired by other Hobonichi planners to do some drawing and doodling. So, and I do like to draw. I'm not very good at it unless I have something to follow or, get inspiration from. I love that. A colored journal. That is something. Let me know, Elle, in the chat or in the comment section later if there's something that you follow, or if you want to DM me and show me something like that, because I can't picture the color journal. I'm thinking, do you have a coloring in book that you do this with? Let me know. So then the bit at the bottom here is my taking a break. So this little tracker helps me take breaks during the day. So I write down my micro breaks. So what are micro breaks? Micro breaks are those breaks that you should take several times a day, but only take 1 to 2 minutes. And then that can include 1 minute deep breathing. So deep breathing, what it does is it actually helps slow down your heart rate. Slowing down your heart rate signals to your amygdala, part of your brain that is in charge of the fight, flight, or freeze. When you slow your heart rate down, it's telling the amygdala that there is no risk, that there is no danger. So then you're not on edge, you're not ready to fight, you're not ready to freeze or flight. So 1 minute deep breathing allows you to regulate the heart rate, especially if you're like me, where sometimes intrusive thoughts get in your head and you worry. So the 1 minute deep breathing allows you to slow it down. The other thing that I like to do is getting up and doing a stretch, getting up and stretch, because I do sit at my desk for most part of my day, whether here or whether over there where I'm going to be homeschooling my younger son. Getting up and do your stretches, and then those helps those creaky bones. And of course it also allows you, studies have shown that standing up helps your physical well-being. There are stand-up desks that were created just for that, so then you're not sitting down all day on your butt, not moving. Stand up, go for a walk, go to the kitchen, get yourself a drink of water. The other thing is I also like to write a gratitude log. So even just 1 to 2 things, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for my community that come together on a Monday morning here for me in Sydney, Australia, and enjoy time with each other. Just whether you're planning along with me or you're just taking a break on the couch and watching me on the phone or your tablet, it is such a wonderful community that you guys have made me a part of. Without you, I don't have a community, so I am always forever grateful for your company. Yes, there we go, Elle. I'd like to know too, Elsie. I'd like to know as well. All right, so Elle have shown me on there. I'll just and then the other thing is I do another 1 minute deep breathing in the afternoon, and then also stretching, and then another gratitude log. So writing down what you are grateful for allows you to look for the good things, right? There's so many things that we can complain about. I mean, TikTok, YouTubers, Reels, a lot of the things that we see on there are, pointing out what people are doing wrong, the Karens, the things that they're upset about, but we don't hear too many of the good stuff. So let's start with us by looking at the things that we are grateful for. And it doesn't have to be all the deep, too much woo woo and all that. I love doing that too. But sometimes if it's a hot day, it's coming into summer here. We're now in spring, coming that to have the opportunity to be able to turn the air conditioner on. Or if you have, a dishwasher, how grateful you are to have a dishwasher. Our dishwasher broke down and it didn't get repaired for about 3 or 4 weeks. And doing, in a small flat where we only have, 2 small sinks, having to go and wash the dishes manually was, really shouldn't complain with the worst things that could happen. But it does take up a lot of your time that you could be spending on something else. So something like that where you are grateful for. And what do I normally do? Unplug, for unplug for at least 15 minutes where you are actually not not using your phone. So there we are. So that's my take a break, micro breaks, deep breathing, getting up and stretching, writing down what you're grateful for, unplugging, not touching your phone. So there we go. All right. So Elle says, I have a daily 5-year journal, and I also found a similar one that instead of a daily drawing journal, the pages have questions and you draw something as a response. That is something that I actually want to start doing in the Hobonichi, but that's not until next year. So because there's the calendar, and I want to try and draw because it's such a tiny little space in the daily calendar. I'm not going to be too pressured to go and draw. So that is a great way. So I could actually draw for myself, draw how I'm feeling at the end of the day, or draw a picture that signifies what went on in the day. I love that. A response instead of writing, doing a drawing. Elle says that's such a good idea. I could incorporate that into my scripture writing, copying. Actually, that's a good one. So or even like if you get whether it like tracing paper. So I've got a couple of tracing paper here, but if there's something trace, and you have pictures that you can just trace, cut out that little piece, put it on your journal or your planner, and stick it down with where are we? Stick it down with a washi tape. That's something that I want to try and do. Or even I do have vellum paper, but vellum paper can get quite expensive. So if you have can get yourself tracing paper, that is a good way to go and start drawing. And you want, you can just draw if there's a great picture that you want to trace, a really good way. Elle says, it became hard to write a thought, but easier to draw one. So Elle, of course, is, a visual person, and she is also a YouTuber here, Elle Naturally, with looking after your skincare and your hair care. So do check that out for Elle. So let's have a look. So that is my well-being planner spread. That is quite cute, huh? Very colorful for those of you that do hang around with me. I love color so much. All right, so if you're tracing paper and washi, that's a great way, isn't it? I just thought of it then too. See how we always inspire each other with these things. So what you'll probably start seeing on my pages, just cut it out. So if you've got a paper trimmer, because I love things that are perpendicular, parallel, just use a paper trimmer to cut out your rectangle, square of drawing, and then leave a little bit of space above on the side of your drawing. So then you can place it down and then stick it down with your washi tape. How pretty will that look on your planner or journal? So yes, thank you for inspiring me, Elle and May and everybody. We'll start to add pretty drawings and doodles on our page. Now, as I mentioned, this planner here is the notebook planner bundle notebook printable download. So if you do have a printer at home and you want to try something where it's just a monthly little notebook, you can. So if you're like me, want to try out something new, sometimes you get stuck in a rut when you're planning. So I did have that in this A5 slim notebook. So I have different 3 to 4 different A5 notebooks in there. So if you wanted to, this is available in my shop at marianecresp.com. I do have these printable download tagged underneath the description, so do check that out. But if you just want to trial a well-being planner spread like this, and you have already a ring planner or a disc-bound planner, I have the printable standalone well-being planner spread for A5 Happy Planner Classic, letter, big size, and also for a personal size ring planner. So this one here is my Filofax Malden organizer. Now I do love the chunkiness of this. In here I have my November 5-year journal portion. I've got notes to take down when I'm reading, my get things done notes, list of stuff, projects list, and I have my daily 1-page spread. So then because sometimes you just want a place where you can just write down notes and not worry that it's pretty with embellishment. So I have a daily 1-page that I write down. So here, as you can see, 5:30 a.m. YouTube allows me to do my time blocking, and then once I finish the live, I've had breakfast, then I can check down what tasks I need to migrate from the week before. So this one is the 1-page daily personal printable, and it is available at marianecresp.com. If you want to go and check it out and you want to add some new things to your planner pages, because I know I am forever adding new things all the time. So now, who wants to know how I did the previous week? Put me, yes please. And if you have time, let me know. So, all right, so last week was October 30th to November the 5th, and of course the beginning. So that was my weekly spread. So the little squares there are the things that I've done, a lot of things still that I need to do and migrate for the new week. But let me show you my well-being planner spread. Nothing on it. I think yesterday, Sunday, I did my morning routine. I meditated, I read, and I did go for a long walk. But everything else, Wednesday, I connected, and then I did my top priority. I didn't go and plug my charge my Apple Watch where I have the sleep tracker on there. Me. Oh, hello, Joe. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Are you new to my channel? Thank you so much. If so, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Irene says, me. All right. So here I didn't take any, well, on my planner, okay, I didn't either do it or I didn't note it down. Look, my morning journal, one, I feel on the first, I feel great because I'm part of a special campaign. I'll make sure to enjoy the day. So this was my well-being planner spread. Not much to speak of. Why? Because Monday I started back at homeschooling my younger son, who is on the autism spectrum. And with those on the spectrum who need to make sure that their routine is the same every day, I knew with the changes he would be anxious. I was anxious because I wanted to make sure that I didn't because I know he does have can have meltdowns if things don't go the way he had envisioned it. So we just took it easy. I didn't do much of my morning routines because I just focused on when he was ready to do the lessons. I sort of like I went by with his mood, and that way I didn't put too much pressure on him. So Monday, Tuesday, the start of homeschooling, or me going back to homeschooling him, I didn't put pressure on myself because I wanted to make sure I concentrated on him and looking after his well-being. Because when my little boy is happy, he's 14 years old. When he's happy, then I don't get triggered as well. So nothing Monday and Tuesday. Didn't want to overwhelm myself. Now, what happened on Wednesday and Thursday? Wednesday the 1st and Thursday the 2nd, what happened was at the end of October, I found out I was one of 4 winners from an online competition that I had entered. So it was to enter vouchers for this brand and a photo and video shoot that went on for 2 days, which included hair, makeup, and like a professional photographer and videographers and all these people that treated us for like supermodels. So I can't share any more than that until, of course, the campaign comes out. It won't be until next year. It's quite a while away, but I know the time will go very quickly. So can you believe it? I was like a little model. Yeah, so that was so much fun. So that's why Wednesday and Thursday, nothing went on. Yes, congratulations. I know it was so special. You know how when you sometimes forget you enter these things, it's one of those ones that, in 25 words or less or in 2 sentences, I never win any of those stuff. And I'm going, but you keep entering because you can't win a competition you don't enter, right? Can't wait to see. I know. I actually got quite emotional. It was, Irene, it sounded fun. I got actually quite emotional the last day because I think it was well coming towards my way, with all the mental breakdown and the healing. It was just a perfect way to wrap up, and a little, I guess, a good time that it was like a little good pat on the back for myself that, Marianne, you have come a long way. You've come through so many, emotional battles of your own, anxiety, feeling stressed, feeling overwhelmed, making sure that, questioning yourself. Are you a good mom? Are you a good wife? Are you doing enough? Are you doing too much? Are you doing, all these things that do come, not just I know for myself, but for you guys as well that have shared with me that you also have been battling your own, mental turmoils. But I want you to take the time, if no one else is doing it for you, make sure you are taking the time to celebrate yourself, that you get up each and every morning, even though it might be hard, even though you don't want to look forward to it, but you celebrate yourself. And you know what? Those of you that are here right now, and those of you that come by and watch my replays, you are taking time for yourself. I appreciate that you're spending it with me, but you are spending time for yourself to do what I hope that you enjoy, that that you are planning along with me, that you are amongst the community here of like-minded kindred spirits. Enjoy the silly little things, in the scheme of things, right? Colorful markers, washi tapes and stickers, and planning our day on our planners, with all these colorful things. In the scheme of things, someone else outside of the planning community would go, why are you wasting your time? It's not a waste of time when it brings you focus and it helps you give you clarity. And hey, I love washi tapes and all these markers and everything there. And when I turn to a page like this and I want to track down, how I'm going, whether I've achieved my habits for the day, it brings me joy. And they say that do things that make you feel good, and this does. So if you haven't taken the time to pat yourself on the back for getting through the day, getting through the evening, regardless of how hard it was, but yet you still show up each and every day, you are doing a good job. Now, it is hard for me sometimes to tell that to myself, that I'm coming through, that it takes someone else to tell me that I'm doing a good job. But it takes practice, right? It's like, what it's like. You know how when you see yourself in photos and you go, oh, right? Because especially if you go, if your face is not symmetrical and you go, that's what I look like. Because, what you see in the mirror is different from what is on print or what's on photos, or same way. We never like our voice when we hear our voice back, because it's that you hear it differently because it's echoing in your head versus someone else hearing it and what it sounds like, right? So it is harder sometimes for ourselves to see the goodness in us. So this has highlighted for me that things don't have to be perfect for it to be good, right? I didn't get to fill this out because, clearly that I did make sure I didn't overwhelm myself. And then I had a good 1 to 2 days that I concentrated on myself. And then Friday and Saturday, I also didn't do anything because, I was so tired. I was so tired from the excitement of the photo shoot that I took time to rest and not worry. So just because I didn't meditate, read or learn or work out or connect with friends or clean the place or do all of these things, you know what? I did what was important, taking a break, looking after myself. So it was really, and then of course, I had a little bit of rest on Sunday. So the reason why I wanted to show this is it's not shown enough planner pages that don't look good, that aren't filled in. We see on Instagram, on YouTube, all the fully I think I don't well this was the start of a new one. I flipped back to a lot of my pages where I was good, I filled it all in, but then there were pages that was empty. You know what? If you are hard on yourself when you fall off the wagon of planning, it's okay. It just means life happened, more important things happen. You couldn't be bothered. I don't want to touch my planner today. Just because we love planners doesn't mean we love it each and every day, right? So if you feel like, oh, I don't like looking at that because maybe it reminds you of a tough week, or that you don't like it, that it's not all filled in or it's not pretty, what you can do, you can glue your pages together, all right? If you don't want to glue it, grab your washi tape and then, washi tape the edges, and then that will create a pretty border and you get to use your washi tape. Or grab yourself some pretty paper clip and then just paper clip it together. So then when you're turning your page, ta-da! You don't even get to see it. So if you're one of those that is still a little bit hard on yourself, and I know I'm sure I will be, because it's like, oh, I missed that. So if you don't want to look at it, go and paper clip it, glue the pages together, use your favorite washi tape and create a seal on the edge, and then that'll create a nice little border for you. So just make sure that you are easy on yourself, not too hard, that if you don't get to fill in your habit tracker. Oh, speaking of habit tracker, look, traditionally, I am very good with my habit tracking at the beginning of the month because it's the new month, it's exciting, you get to start fresh. But this time around, I didn't fill it in. I didn't fill in my sleep tracker. I'm okay with that because I am learning, I am practicing, accepting that not everything is going to go according to plan, or you just sometimes don't want to do it. So if you are ever hard on yourself with your planner not getting touched or not being written on or drawn on, it's okay. I want you to see what it looks like. See? Nothing. And Marianne is a planning girl. And so if she can't even go and plan, you'd go, why? It's because it's okay. But we don't get to see it often, do we? We only see all the pretty filled in pages, or we only see the pages that's before the pen, but never the ones that don't get filled in. So, oh yay, a lot of you wanted to say woohoo, woohoo. Yes, a little hug from heaven. Yes. Well, oh, thank you, Elle. Thank you so much. A bit overwhelming, but well deserved. Yes, it was a lot overwhelming. It was just so fantastic. So I got to see who needs planner peace. We have Planner Joy. Oh, I love that, May. Planner Joy. Love the community you have built here. Simple, fun, inspiring, and uplifting. That's right. And I do appreciate you guys being here, accepting me and my planner for the way it is, and changing my mind. I'm in ring planners, I'm in notebooks. Next year, I'm going to try the Hobonichi planner. See, I don't even know what I'm going to use that for. So make sure that if you aren't a subscriber to my channel yet, make sure you do, because I'm going to be uploading quite a bit of Hobonichi planners and 2024 planning, and how I'm going to use my other Filofax planners for 2024. And of course, if you got value in today's video, click that like button and share it with your planner friends, because it tells me, that you are enjoying, because I know not everyone wants to join in the chat or in the comment section, but I see you. I see that you watch me, and I do appreciate. So if what you can do is just give this video a thumbs up, I would appreciate it so much. Lots of love hearts, lots of likes. I appreciate it. So now, to have a great day, don't just use your planner for the mundane things, a to-do list. Use it for your me time. How good was this? Because look, I was going to do this all myself anyway. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, this is the stuff that I do. I enjoy doing it. It's my me time. So make sure to get out your favorite stationery, your favorite washi tapes. And like I said, speaking of favorite stationery, let me just show you. So please, this is me. I purchased all three sizes: the Hobonichi cousin, the Hobonichi original Techo, and then Hobonichi Weeks. So I'm going to go and show how I'm going to use the different pages. I've been watching too much other YouTubers out there and seeing how they use it. So make sure subscribe if you haven't, hit that bell to get notified, and then I will be uploading more videos showing how I use this. I do have a playlist, Hobonichi playlist, in the description below, so I appreciate you all so much. Hi Jessie. Oh, I'm just leaving, Jessie, but I do appreciate you. Hope to catch you on the replay, Jessie. So check the description below for my Hobonichi. Oh, and Ella, I'm glad I could catch you live even at the end. It was worth it. I usually watch you on replay. I know, I love to see you here. Thank you, Jessie and Ella, for joining me. So Make sure check the next video and I'll see you there.